How do we find better ways to tap into the knowledge base for the benefit of all of us? And that's, I think, the next big step for those of us in the world of journalism.
PageRank, to me, is probably the most, certainly the most global and most well-known form of authority today. We're trading off this notion of immense comprehensiveness. The user then becomes, in a sense, the editor of the authority.
The most important thing is not to take the authority that we've had for many years for granted. It can shift and vanish incredibly quickly, so you have to work really, really hard at keeping it. And you do that in the first place with really excellent reporting. Our digital business models and the way we treat digital advertising is another really incredibly important factor. There are many new forms of advertising. If you look at sponsored content, at native ads, stuff that seamlessly integrates into editorial content, might be nice from a usability standpoint, but I think it's really, really a big threat to our authority. There are shifting authorities, there are different authorities. We don't have the ultimate business model. And we need to be really, really watchful and careful with what we do.
Now what we have to do as journalists, I think, is a few things. One is to become platform builders, to enable communities to share information among themselves however they wish. Then we as journalists add value on top of that. That's where we come in and most of all put reporters. And we need to rethink what we are, not as factories that make content and sell content, but instead as services that accomplish things.
Traditionally, we have a very narrowly defined idea of what content is, and we're the only content producers.
I think we have to also look at new distribution models. There's a company in the US that has a feature called repost.us that turns an article into an embeddable thing like a YouTube video. So now if content can travel around the net with brand, advertising, analytics, and links attached to it.
We must find a way to better engage with, not only for information to go to them, but information to come to us and to
Amen.
them, each other, through us.
You have an incredibly smart public that you can bring together to solve problems and do things, and that's the real power you have to convene.
As we go forward, we need to find a sustainable economic model, not just one that reaches many, many people.
At least a third of my personal media consumption comes through clicking on links on Twitter and Facebook because people have recommended reading this or that.
The problem is that we still think of ourselves as a mass medium, so all readers are of equal value. And that's not true online. We have to, I think, rethink our relationship with the public.
What Google can do, at least for folks like us, is index us better.
We must defend speech, full stop.